Okay, so now what I want to create view page. View page means let's suppose we are creating any record and if I'll click on the save button, so I'll get one UI that is the detail page or you can say view page. Okay, so I want to create custom view page. Okay, so I'm going to use it. Okay, so I've created view page because I've used output field. Then I'm going to click on the preview button, and when I will click on the preview button, so I'm getting the data. Means I'm getting the field name, but I'm not getting any data. Here I'm not getting any data. So which you can say which record information you want to preview, which record information you want to view. So if you want to view the information, you have to pass the record ID. I want to view the information of this record ID. Okay, so how will I add the record ID? Simple, go to the account. You should have record ID. when you will create the, you can say view page, copy the record ID, can then again go to the preview page. Okay, go to the URL, and in URL you have to pass the record ID. So first check the Visualforce page name. Visualforce page name is account view page. Go to the preview page, then go to the URL and remove some, you can say some text from URL. Then you will get Visualforce page name question mark. After question mark, you have to pass the ID. ID is equal to whatever the ID you have copied, paste it here, and click on enter button. So when you will pass the ID in URL, you will get the information. Okay. So
Okay.
it's the detailed information of the ID. Okay. So when if ID is available, we can get the data in view mode. Okay. So which record ID information you want to view, you have to pass the record ID in URL. So here you can say I'm getting the data. Okay. But I want to create the means I want to create view page, but in view page I want to add one one thing also, that is if I'll click on the account name field. So here one button should be displayed, one button, and you can say one icon should be displayed, that is pencil icon. And when I will click on the pencil icon, that time it should be open in edit mode. Okay, here I want to add pencil icon. When I will click on the pencil icon, it should be open in edit mode. Okay, so how can we do it? For that, we have one tab, that is Apex Inline Edit Support. So if we will add Apex Inline Edit Support, so what will happen? We will get the pencil. Okay, so I'm going to use it. So going in the code, and inside the page block we can add, and we can also add in page block section. It's up to you. So after the page block, after form, I want to add Apex Inline Edit Support. It should be open here, and up before form it should be closed. Now I'm going to save it. Going back, again refreshing the page, and I'm going to add the URL. I'm going to add the ID in URL. Okay, remove the text till Visualforce page name, and after question mark we have to pass the ID. Then click on enter, you will get the information. And you can see when I will hover the mouse on field, I'll get the ID. You can say pencil icon. And when I will click on the pencil, I'll get the field in
Editable
edit
view.
mode. Yeah,
Okay.
pencil I'm getting, but button I'm not getting.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, is there any way that the ID is automatically in the URL instead of writing it again and again?
Sharma ji, what we will do means, let's suppose in URL when we will use the ID, let's suppose we are inserting the record. Okay, we have to create Tushar record, and after creating the Tushar record, I want to display it in, you can say I want to display it in view mode. So first I'll insert the record. Okay, what I will do, I'll insert the Tushar record. Okay, then what I will do, I'll return the ID. I'll return the ID. Okay, when record will insert, on click on save button, I will return the ID, whatever the ID will come. Okay, then on click on save button, I'll call different Visualforce page. Okay, and I'll display the information in view mode. I'll display the information in view mode. Okay, so automatically ID will come in URL. Okay, so when we will return the ID, we will pass the ID in URL. Okay, in Apex by Apex class, we will pass the ID. So automatically it will open in view mode. Okay, but if you want to check it, so you can copy the record ID and you can pass it. So it will look like that. Okay,
We have
Okay, sir.
changed the account name, sir. So is it saved now?
yeah.
Okay.
If it will not save, we can add the button.
Okay.
Here we can add the button. There is no need to add the button.
We can check in our accounts record if it is changed or not.
It has not been changed. We have to add the button. Backspace block button. Now I'm clicking on save. It will change and we will land on detail page. Okay. So it's the view
Okay.
page. I want to change it. Okay. Here you can say I'm getting the ID. So I want to change the view page. Okay. Which view page I want to display? I want to display this one, which I have created. This view page I want to add. So how can we edit it? So simple, go to the account object, then click on
We,
setup, edit object, go to the button links and action. Okay, so here we will get all button. We have edit button, new button, view button also. Go to the view button and click on edit and go to the Visual Force page. Here add account view page. Okay, then click on the save button.
no, we haven't changed the checkbox, sir. It was no override still.
For lightning.
For classic as well.
Yeah,
हमें वो नीचे वाला
yes, yeah, now again I'm going to select it. Account view page, then click on save button. Now again I'm refreshing the page and I'm going to preview it. Demo. So which page I'm getting? I'm getting view page,
we have
which custom view page which we have created. Okay. So any doubt how can we create You can say custom view page, custom edit page.
No, sir.
Good. Okay, so if you want to create edit page also, okay, let's suppose if I will click on edit button, so I'm getting this page. Okay, I want different page, so you can also change it. What you have to do, simple, open the account object, again go to button links and action, and you will get edit page. So click on drop down button of edit, and here go to the visual force page, select account page, then I'm going to save it. So when I'll click on the edit button, so I'll get different UI. So now I'm clicking on edit button. So on click of edit button, I'm getting different UI. Okay, so you can change it. Edit page, view page, and insert page you can change. So whatever field you want to add, you can add it on the basis of with the help of visual force page. Okay. किसी को कोई डाउट है कि कैसे हम व्यू पेज क्रिएट करते हैं, एडिट पेज क्रिएट करते हैं, कि और सेव बटन पे कैसे हम रिपोर्ट सेव करते हैं? ओके है ना यहाँ तक सब कुछ?
यस सर।
गुड। तो सर सैंकी से बोलना कि वो आवाज को ऑन कर लेगा।
सर ऑन है।
ऑन ने फिर इसमें मतलब
वो मोबाइल से कनेक्ट है एक और लैपटॉप।
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है। Okay, so with the help of standard controller, we are able to create view page, edit page. Now what I want to display the data. I want to display the data of any object. Okay, let's suppose we have account. In account, we have some records 10, 15. So I want to display all the records. Okay, so how can we display the data without Apex class? Okay, if you want to display the data without Apex class, you can use the standard controller. With the help of standard controller, you can display it. Okay, so I'm going to use the standard controller. With the help of standard controller, I'll display the data. Okay, so go back and I'm going to create one visual force page. New visual force page. Account record. Clicking on OK. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to add standard controller. Standard controller is equal to any object name, account. Okay. Then what I'm doing, I'm going to create form. If you want to create it, you can create. And if you want to use section header, you can also use section header. Title, subtitle, I'm going to write account records. Okay, then I want to display the data. So Apex page block table. So if you want to display the data, which tag you will use? You will use page block table. So in list we had data, and how we were iterating it? We were iterating it with the help of page block table. Okay. But when you will use page block table, so there are two mandatory attributes which you have to pass. First is value, second is variable. Okay. So now what you will write in value? What you will write in value? Okay. So in value we wrote list name in which list data is available. But here we are not using you can say any Apex class, so there is no data. So what we will do, we will pass one attribute in Apex page, that is record set where. What is it? Record set where, it's the attribute of Apex page in which all the records of standard controller will come. It will hold the records of any object. Okay, so you can write any name, you can write records, any name, whatever you want to write, you can write it here. Record ACC list. Okay, so all the records are available in records variable. Now what I'm doing, I'm passing it in value. Okay, so when you will pass it in value, you will use expression. Then you can pass it in variable. So I'm writing record. Okay, so now I won't display the record one by one. I'm going to create column. Apex column, and there is one mandatory attribute which we have to write in Apex column, that is value. In value you can pass the variable name, that is record, and which field data you want to display. So I want to display the data of, you can say, name. There is some error, must be contained in or. Count record, this one. I think I am getting, is anyone can tell me why I'm getting this error? Who will try?
Before page block table, we should add page block.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, now I'm not getting any error. So I'm going to display the name information, then other field information, name, type, rating, industry, number of employees, and here annual revenue. Okay, so which field information you want to display, you can write it here. Then I'm going to preview it. So simple click on preview button, and here you can see I'm getting two records only. So again go to the page, count, pin it, commit here, refresh it. Okay, now what I'm getting all records. So it's a way to display the information. Okay, so what is it? It's the section header. Then I create one block. It's the block. Inside the block, I have created table. And when I create table, automatically I'm getting the label name, account name, type, rating, industry, employee, annual revenue, and I'm getting the data. So without SQL query, we are able to fetch the data and we are able to display with the help of standard control. Okay.
Is it showing all records? Because उसमें ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे 100 प्लस नहीं है.
Hmm. In standard controller, ma'am, we have some limitation also in standard controller. Let's
Okay.
suppose you want to you want to create any filter. Let's suppose you want to display the records which means you want to display the records and which records you want to display whose annual revenue is greater than 10 lakh. So it's not possible by standard controller. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so that
Mhm.
time we will use custom controller. We have to study only this thing, how can we display the data with the standard controller, but we have some limitation also.
Understood.
Okay, which you can say list view will pin that record will display only when we will use the standard controller. New this week I have pinned this list view. Now again I'm going to refresh the page, so I'll get different record. You can see. Okay. So by if we are displaying the record with the help of a standard controller, so we will get pin list view record only. So do you have any doubt in this scenario?
Not from my side.
Good.
No, sir.
Oh,
No, sir.
good. So nowadays we are not using Visual Force Space too much, but if you want to display the data, okay, you want to display the data, so there are four tags which you can use to display the data. Okay, page block table can use, but when you will use the page block table, so which type of UI you will get? You will get this type of UI. Okay, let's suppose you are not happy with this UI. You want to create custom UI. Okay, so that time you will use different tab. By page block table, it's not possible. You will use different tab. We have data table, we have apex repeat, which we can use. Okay, data list, apex repeat, and data table we can use. So to display the data in a table, what we can use? We can use page block table, data table, apex repeat, data list. Okay. So let's suppose you want to give the spaces, you want to change the color of the text, you want to fill the color in, you can say in a table. So these things are not possible in page block table. Okay. By page block table, we will get standard layout. Okay. But if you want to create a table, if you want to create custom table, that time you can use these, you can say these type of tag also. Okay. If you want to study anyone, I can teach, else we can skip it because we don't teach it.
Do we use it when
No,
we are work? Okay. then we can skip it.
Okay, so I'm going to skip it. Okay, I'm going to teach only one. Others we can skip it. Simple, I'm going to use data table. Okay, so in data table, there are two attributes which we have to pass. One is value, second is variable. We can use column, is block table column. Now click on preview button and checking the output. Okay, so here you can see I'm not getting the output in a table. I want to customize it. So I'm going to add some,
The meeting will end in 1 minute.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to, you have to add the weight, this thing. So I'm going to add weight, any number you can write, and you can also give the border. So I'm going to add 6 pixel border. Then I'm going to save it. Now I'm checking it. Okay, you can see I'm getting table width and border. You can give the border. ठीक है, बट देखो स्टैंडर्ड लेबल नेम नहीं आ रहा है फील्ड का. दीज आर द लिमिटेशन. आपको इस तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन जिस प्रकार नहीं होंगी, दैट टाइम यू विल यूज टेबल, सॉरी डेटा टेबल. ठीक है, समझ में आया ये?
जी सर.